From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, June 2nd, 2015. Silver is trading at $16.72 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,192 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $225. Antiwar.com reports a U.S. drone strike yesterday fired a pair of missiles into Pakistan's North Waziristan agency near Shawwal, killing at least 4 people, and according to some reports from security officials, 5. 2 others were wounded in the attack. The slain were, as usual, identified as suspected militants, with Pakistani officials claiming 2 Pakistani militants and either 2 or 3 Uzbeks were among the slain. The Pakistani government claimed another 10 people killed in an airstrike of their own in nearby Data Khel. The U.S., as usual, is not publicly addressing their drone strike nor taking any credit. Any comments from the Obama administration are usually reserved for the rare cases when they have a name associated with someone they've killed. The vast majority of those slain in U.S. strikes are forever anonymous. It is noteworthy, however, to mention that the Pakistani government has once again not publicly criticized the drone strike. Condemning U.S. strikes used to be virtually obligatory for the Sharif government, as the strikes remain hugely unpopular domestically. Recently, however, it seems they've simply gotten used to the U.S. strikes and aren't discussing them either. For over 35 years, Robertson Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the Supreme Court on Monday reversed a federal threat statute conviction of a man who posted multiple violent messages on Facebook. It is the first time the United States Supreme Court ruled on the implications of free speech on social media. Anthony Elonis was sentenced to more than 3 years in prison in 2010 on charges of threatening his ex-wife, a kindergarten class, and law enforcement officers. Elonis admitted posting the messages under the pseudonym Tone Dougie, but argued the messages were rap lyrics used as therapy to help him cope with depression after his wife left him. He wrote in one message about his ex-wife, "There's one way to love you, but 1,000 ways to kill you." In another post, he wrote, "Enough elementary schools in a 10-mile radius to initiate the most heinous school shooting ever imagined." A third post read, "I've got enough explosives to take care of the state police and sheriff's department." The Supreme Court said it was not enough to convict Elonis solely on the idea that a reasonable person would regard his communication as a threat. The court's ruling states that the legal standard used to convict Elonis was too low, but did not address what the standard should be. In Survivor Max by Davi Barker, 11-year-old Max must survive the zombie apocalypse alone in New Hampshire. Slow-moving and non-thinking, the lame brains swarm his home searching for living flesh. Max must apply his Porcupine Freedom Scouts training to plan his escape, but first he must prove that he's too smart to die. Look for Survivor Max on Facebook and Amazon, or read Chapter 1 free at survivormax.com. Reuters reports 2 activists climbed atop an excavator on Monday, one locking himself to the equipment in protest over the building of an animal testing facility at the University of Washington and halted construction at the site. One activist locked himself to the hydraulic lift atop the piece of heavy equipment from which he had hung a banner reading, "You will not build this lab," in opposition to the proposed animal research and care facility. Oliver McCochran, the activist locked to the excavator, said, "These animals feel pain, they feel fear, and their lives are spent confined in cages or as tools in cruel experiments." A University of Washington spokesman did not immediately respond to a request for comment, nor did construction company Skanska. The protest follows a march last month by about 500 demonstrators angered over a university process they say is not sufficiently open to public input and scrutiny, according to Ben Jones, an activist connected with the opposition campaign. The building was being readied for occupancy for August 2017. The Seattle-based university's Board of Regents unanimously approved moving forward with the multi-species animal research and care facility in November 2013. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.